Dr. Jane Namkove. I'm a senior lecturer and researcher at the Department of Chemistry, Makerere University. I have been working on herbal medicine for the rest of, I think, 10 years or more. And right now, I'm working on contamination in herbal medicine. So this research focuses on assessing the levels of contamination, for example, bacteria, fungi, aflatoxins, pesticides in herbal medicine. You all know that herbal medicine has been used for centuries to cure so many diseases. But the question is it safe? So that's why this project came in, to see whether this herbal medicine that we are taking, that people are taking, is actually safe. So what we do is that we look at the levels of fungi, levels of bacteria, levels of aflatoxins, because when you look at the processing of these herbal medicine, you'll see that, for example, they are not stored well. And so pesticides can contaminate these medicines. And also when it comes to the aflatoxins, wherever they grow or how it is stored, aflatoxins can contaminate these medicines. So what our research found out is that there was a lot of fungi, and the levels of aflatoxins and bacteria were found to be very high. And of course, this is alarming. If bacteria is contaminated, or if bacteria contaminates herbal medicine, then it can cause a lot of harm. And so we also found out that these aflatoxins, which are very toxic compounds that can actually cause cancer, also were in high levels in this herbal medicine. And of course, this is alarming. And so we need to work together. For example, we have stakeholders, the farmers, we have the manufacturers, of course we have the policy makers and regulators, but also for us as scientists. So we have to make sure that we work together. For example, this research has found out that this herbal medicine is contaminated by these biological and chemical contaminants. And so this information is very, very important to the policy makers in order to ensure that they implement strict rules to ensure quality herbal medicine. But also to the regulators, they have to ensure that they do inspection. You see a lot of herbal medicine everywhere in stores. You see them on the streets, and these are prone to contamination. And so I urge the regulators to do regular inspection to ensure that the herbal medicine that people are taking is safe. And for us as researchers, we don't end at knowing, getting the knowledge out there. We have to ensure that we also meet people like the manufacturers and the herbal practitioners. So what REEF did was to sponsor this research to assess, so that we are able to assess these levels. So it sponsored the chemicals, and also one thing that is sponsored was the training. What we did is to train the herbal practitioners and manufacturers on how to produce this herbal medicine that will minimize contamination of these biological and chemical contaminants. So we trained herbalists and herbal manufacturers on how to minimize contamination for this herbal medicine. And so this research is very, very important in that it will ensure, or it has actually even ensured, that herbal medicine, like for those people that we train, they are producing herbal medicine following standard procedures that minimize these contaminations. Thank you so much.